doing here, for those who don't know about this, I'm gonna make a safety box in my house, and I'm gonna cut a piece out. And first thing you want to do is find your studs here. If you don't have a stud finder, you can always use a nail and a hammer, and wherever the nail doesn't go in, it goes in. There's a what I did, I just found my studs. You want to make sure there's no studs where you're cutting. So I already did the cutting here, and the stud finder, it detects where the studs are. As you can see, all these lines right here, it doesn't detect anything. There's a stud right here. So there was nothing here. If you don't have a stud finder, what you can do is you can bang. And you see hollow versus hard. And if you're gonna bang and you're not sure, you can start poking holes with the little nail, and you'll feel where there's a stud, because it won't go in. See, that one went in because there's no stud there, and there's a stud here. That's where they detect it. Okay, and then next to the side, there's nothing. Okay, so I'm gonna keep cutting these, and I'm gonna show you guys how to open it, how to make the design inside the wall, and it's just like a safe, and how we're gonna plaster it. Just watch the tutorial and you'll see at the end. Okay. Okay, so once you cut everything out, like I just did, you're gonna take this piece, the same piece you're gonna use to cover up your space. If you just want to put a safety box in here, you could do that too. So whatever size your safety box is, you could do that. You can build it to a way where your safety box is, you can even cover it with the picture frame. But in this case, I'm not going to do that because I got to show you guys how the texture of that. But you can build with 2x4s a little box and screw the safety box in there. And that's a down the road tutorial. If you guys want me to do that, I can. But for right now, I'm going to show you guys just a simple way to do this, okay? Okay, so next thing you want to do is, once you have the hole, and you did whatever you got to do in there, if maybe you had to open it up for no reason and you were looking for something, I don't know. There's many reasons people make holes in the walls. Or even if it's just a hole in the wall, a punch, you can cut yourself a right square. So let's say, let me see, someone punched a hole or it's broken. You can do is cut a square around it, take the square out, go buy another piece of drywall, find out what size of drywall is, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch drywall, or a 3/4 drywall, and measure it and size it, and you can use that piece to put it on there. In this case, we're going to put a little piece in here. So just go ahead and grab yourself some scrap wood that you have, or cut the size that you need, and pull it towards you, because that's what you're going to need. You're gonna need that to be able to attach the drywall. You'll see how, why, and why. So pull. You want to make sure the nails are not sticking out. Make sure they're flush. Okay. And once you do that, you don't really need that much nails, because you're gonna put ready mix joint compound, or whatever you call it, and just stick your piece. Make sure you're on the same. It's the same way you put it out, and then go ahead and nail it in. Okay. Okay. So once you have this in, remember where your studs are inside the piece of wood. So they're like right there. You don't really need that much screws, to be honest with you guys. that you don't, because you're gonna do. Some people prefer to put the studs on the side. You know, kind of little piece, and half of it in, half of it out, kind of like this. You know, but to the inside, and that means you nail this side and you nail this side. I decided to do a cross, but you could do it either way, and then just lay this piece on top. You know what I'm saying? And then screw it to the side here only. But that's pretty much. I'm not gonna put any more screws in there. I'm just gonna leave it out for now. And then, like I said, you don't need a lot of screws. I'll put it under one more, and then I'm gonna show you guys the plastering part. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna do the plastering. Go to the hardware store and buy some ready mix or joint compound, they call it, and then you're gonna need some joint tape. This is for the joints. I'll show you guys how it works in a minute. First thing you want to do is put some ready mix, some joint compound. Actually, I'm sorry. On the, you don't have to be a specialist. You know, all you have to do is just kind of like put it right in the crease, in the joints. Okay. If you don't have texture, then you gotta do a few coats. But if you don't, then you can just get away with maybe 2 coats. Okay. Possibly the holes too. We do that at the end. Okay. So now I gotta use the joint tape, and just right in the middle, there's a crack. If you notice, I don't know if you can see it from that far, but there's a seam in the middle of the tape. That you're gonna want to match that with the seam on the wall. So kind of want to like this. Okay. Same thing here on the bottom. Kind of just gonna, don't put too much pressure, but you do want to leave some joint compound. You know, you don't want to squish it all out, okay? And then we'll do the same thing for the next, for the sides. Okay. You don't have to be a professional to do this, really. Anybody can do it. Sometimes if you don't do things correctly, you just have to do a little bit more sanding and stuff, but you know what? You can still do it yourself. So you do want to put some pressure in there, you know. You don't want to, you kind of want to squish the joint compound out of the back of the tape. You want to cover all the holes where the nails is. You can leave it like this for now to dry, and then you're gonna have to put a second coat. You'll need a bigger spatula for that second coat. So I have the bigger spatula. It doesn't have to be this big. I mean, I could wait to put another coat on there, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna try to do it. Cover the whole square, and then put another coat at the end, okay? So just kind of just blend it, you know? I can leave it like that. It's actually okay. And then wait till it dries, and then put another coat on there. Okay, So we're gonna wait till it dries and then put another coat, okay? Okay, so it's already dry. I put another coat on it. It's smooth and I sanded it down, you guys can see. I run a 220 sandpaper on there, and then I'm gonna put texture. If your wall is smooth, what it means that it has no texture, then you can put another coat of joint compound and then sand it out and smooth it all out. But in this case, we got texture, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. I made some joint compound, and I kind of make it, as you guys can see, it's a little bit running. So I put some water and mixed it up, enough to be able to pour it on the hopper. If you don't have one of these, I recommend you get one, because it's what you're gonna need. Okay. So I have a compressor, and this is my air regulator, and this is my material. So how much material I open it, I close it, or open the material. Materials means how much product is going to spray. So you always want to test on a wall first. Okay, so the more air you put on it, the more smooth it comes out. As you guys can see, the less air. That's about what we need right there. I'm going to open up a little bit more product. You always want to have a rag with you in case you get parts that you don't want to get, or you can just tape it down or mask it down. In this case, I'm going to do this wall first because it's not textured. So I'm going to put another coat on there. Right now I just want to show you guys and finish off what we started, okay? So let's get back with it. Okay, so this is the patch we have. We got to texture it. And you're going to go in a circle of motion, like kind of like this. You got to spread it out, you know? And then like if you have this rag here, you can clean up the stuff that you don't want texture on. So for in this case, the frame, I don't want texture on it. You can mask it, but you know, I do it this way. If it's just a little bit, you know, a touch up or something, then you just do that, okay? I'm gonna put another coat on it. So that's pretty much it. After that, you're gonna wait until it dries a little bit, not completely dry, but you're gonna wait until it's like kind of damp, not so dry, not so wet, where you can run a spatula to it. You know, if I run a spatula to it and make that flat looking, I can probably do that here, but I can't do it here because I'll smear it out. So I have to wait till it sets a little bit. And then you can run the spatula and you make that flat looking texture, okay?